Okay, so the song you're just hearing is a song that I wrote called "I Went Down," and what I'm going to be trying to do is remember all the guitar parts to show. This video is for anybody trying to learn my songs. I know a couple of people are, and I'm going to show you how to play it. So here's "I Went Down" first. I'm going to show my guitar part. Actually, I'm just going to play it as much as I can real quick. So, okay, this is my guitar part. This is the easier part. It's all power chords, and it's the one I remember better. So, I went down to the market to buy soap to wash my sins away. But there were no products at the market. That's the temple the people made, where I prayed to wash my spirit clean. Tried to wash my hands, but they only wash each other. I screamed in my pillow until my screams were smothered. Did not the same God make the snake who took the fruit from the tree is who made the blind man wish to see? Didn't he make me, so why did he make me hungry? Okay, and then those two song sections just repeat back and forth for the rest of the time in that part. So this is a little tricky with one person playing guitar here, but the second guitar part is locking into that one. Like it's playing strums when the other one isn't. So the first guitar is like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and the other guitar will go like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and Okay, so most of that is just following the same power chords the first guitar was playing, but it's got the different rhythm, and it's using a different style of chord. So the first chord here, the shape, I'm going to explain the shape for A. It's the same shapes for D and E, but just moved the root note like that. But the shape it'll be an A with my middle finger on the low E string, and then a C sharp with my index finger on the A string. That'll be the first shape. Then I use just one finger to play the same fret on two different strings. And then, that's a fourth. That's like an A and a D together, technically a D chord. I'm calling it an A chord. And then a power chord at the end, A and an E. So A with C sharp, A with D, A with E. Doesn't necessarily make sense harmonically, but it makes sense because you hear that it's all A chords, basically. All right, so same thing on the Ds. Okay, then at the end of the verse, I never really got like a good riff for what to do with the F sharp chord down here. The same idea didn't seem to work. I do believe I tried it back in the day, like going like... something like that, but that wasn't ever it. I ended up going for more or less the same chord as Elton John, The Bitch Is Back. And so that is like one finger playing the D string, G string, and B string on fret 9. That's the first thing that I get down when I switch to the chord, but then in front of it, I'll put my middle finger 1 fret higher than my index, so that's fret 10, and then my fret 10 on the B, and then I'll have my ring finger to fret 11 on the D string, and then I strum it like this.
The way I strum it actually varies a lot. Sometimes I do it like really a lot like the bitch is back. Okay, so then in the verse is kind of a similar approach. I'm going to use the same. I'm just going to keep calling it the bitch is back chord because that's what it is. But I've got this D chord. It is in the shape of an F chord, but moved from fret 1 to fret 10. And I'm going to do that with my pinky finger playing fret 12. So what chord is this now, actually? Let's see. That's a F, A, C with a... Oh, no, that's not a C. What is that? That's a B. So, yeah, I don't know. It's an F chord with a B natural in it. I don't know why it's good. I just think it is good. So that'll go... what did I do next? Okay, no, my first idea was wrong. Yeah, this D chord part is right. That's a D chord, fret 10 on the whatever, right? But then when I played it a second ago, I went over here for A and used the same like parallel chord structure, parallel chord extension. That's not what's on the record. What's on the record is one finger bitch's back chord, but on fret index finger on fret 14 rather than on fret 9, and then I go. Okay, so that part again. Let me actually just try to play the part. So it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what happened after that? Man, I've had my guitar on kind of quiet this whole time, and during that last little play, I accidentally nudged the volume to 0 twice. That's bad. I gotta watch out for that. Okay, you know what? I'm actually going to do the same thing again. We'll put timestamps in later, so that's what we'll do at the end of this video. I'm going to show you how to put the timestamps so it creates the cool little chapters. It's not very hard, but I did have to Google it. Okay, so I'm just going to try to do a playthrough of that whole part one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did both mistakes again. I'm starting the same thing again, not editing anything. That's not how you do old school. I'm doing old school YouTube. I'm not editing that mistake out. I'm just going to do it again from the same spot. How did I do it, actually? Okay, yeah, from the same spot. 1, 2. This is the verse, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I cannot do the chorus part without a second guitar player, though. It's just too awkward to remember the timing. So, okay, that's pretty much it. You know what I should do last thing on the video before we go over and we do the chapter stuff? Let me put the recording back on, and I'm just going to play along to the recording as good as I can. I probably haven't done this since about 2015. Played along to the recording. I know I've played it with people in real life. This song has been performed live maybe like 10 to 15 times, probably not more than that, but because it's kind of a religious song. It's not one that I want to do all the time live. But anyway, I'm going to try to play guitar 2, which is not the part I usually play with the recording, and then at the end of this, we'll just end the video.
I went down to the market to buy soap to wash my sins away. There were no products at the market. That's the temple the people made. Where I prayed until set my spirit free. I stood up on a mountain top. I looked across the river. I held my head up high, and God was not on to my knees. I could fly, but I went too high. I could sail above the trees, but I can't pray the way I wish I would like me. So I kept on being like a bread and wine. Instead, that's why what I read was to learn where the words in red or a Savior that made the promise look bright. It's on my head. Really take the ash that burns my eye. All the answers in the church got up in the sky. I'm ready to sing the song that swims in the sea of noise. I tried to wash my hands, but they only washed each other. I screamed in my pillow until my screams were smothered. Did not the same God do the same to the fruit of the trees and made the ground? Wish to see, didn't he? Make me hungry, and I went down
And then just strumming at the end.
to the market to buy soap to wash my sins away. There were no products at the market. That's the temple the people made, where I prayed to set my spirit free.
And then it just gets really jammy here at the end. I am way better at pentatonic than I was before. And actually, hold on. I said we were going to end the video right at the end of the song, but I have one more thing to say. So you didn't hit stop, right? No. Okay, cool. Okay, there's one thing is right here. That is technically a break of like the diatonic rules. We're in key of A. And so on the A chord, when I do that gesture, everything there is straight diatonic. A, C sharp, D, E. It's totally good. For the D chord, I'm applying the exact same thing, right? The exact same finger gestures, right? But I can have a D and an F sharp, a D and a G, and then a D and an A, right? And technically in the key of A, I should actually have a G sharp there, not a G natural. But at the time I'd been hearing about like every chord in blues being played as dominant. And so I was like, you know what, we're just going to use the major fourth all the time, and we're never going to use the Lydian fourth. And so even though it in technical diatonic music, it should sound like it will be played. And that's on purpose, and it's just a stylistic decision. So okay, so like and subscribe if you're watching this video in the distant future and I've actually taken the time to set up a way for you to give me money, then I mean that'd be rad, dude, because I need some fried chicken. Peace.